Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we are doing how I take self-portraits. So I ventured off to this little conservation park right by my house. I've actually never been here, so we might get lost. I really don't have any expectations of the photos I want to capture, but what I do know is that I want it to be wintry. So we got a lot of snow the other day, and what else is this? Oh wow. So we have found the lake. I don't know why I said lake in quotations, like it's not a real lake. Definitely by far a lake. So yeah, maybe we'll head down there and capture some photos. I think I'm gonna take this in a little bit and brainstorm some ideas of what I want to capture today. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I've just come up with a few ideas and I'm definitely going to get started on them right now. I'm looking at the screen here, so you can kind of see the composition I have set up behind me. I'm going to be sitting on that log, so I will be taking that photo now, and I'll pop that up on the screen. This is just like my first idea. Once I start taking more photos, it'll kind of get me in the mood and more in the groove of like what I really want to take.
A few moments later.
Today is December 2nd, 2020, and we're gonna go in this water. I don't know. I have this urge and I just want to fulfill it. A couple things. I don't have a towel. I think it's like negative weather right now. Actually, it might be like 10. I don't even know if this water is clean. I'm thinking too much. I just gotta do it. Woo! Terrible idea, totally worth it. We're gonna take a gander over there, take a couple more photos. I can't have just one scene, I gotta make a couple. I don't know how long it's gonna last. My pants are completely soaking wet. My hair's a mess. I'm a little cold, can't lie. I'm not Iron Man over here. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a couple more photos, see how they turn out, and then I'm gonna head home for a nice warm shower and a cup of coffee because it's well deserved right now. I really like this big tree here, so I'm probably gonna pop my 35 on. So I just opted to keep my 24-70 on and took one shot up there. I think I'm gonna head home now. I'm quite cold and I'll definitely come back here tomorrow. What's going on, guys? We are back at the conservation area after my little quick dip in the lake. I only found about 3 leeches on me, so it was okay. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly thought that leeches were gonna be such a big problem in my life when I was a kid, but you know what? I'm pretty happy to say I haven't experienced them in my life. So yeah, we're back here, so we're gonna amp it up a little bit. I wasn't too proud of the shots I took, as you saw in the past that I just showed you, but yeah, we found some cool spots here. So check out this spot. And there's also some picnic tables, a little fire pit over there. So I'm going to think of some compositions and I will throw them up on the screen once I think of them. So I actually just came across the other end of that little teepee that was kind of sitting there. And I was thinking maybe myself inside that would be a nice composition. So let's see how that looks. All right, so it definitely is a lot colder than it was the other day, hence why I'm not jumping in the lake today. But I think we got a decent amount of shots. I'm happy with a few of the shots that I got, so I'm gonna call it a day here and I'm gonna head back to my house and edit. Guys, I made it back to my house and edited the photos, and I just wanted to go through them a little bit with you guys and talk more about how I like to take self-portraits and 3 key things that I look for. So let me jump into my computer here and show you my screen. So first up, we have the very first photo of the day I jumped in the lake. Now, this is just very basic to me, sitting on the log, and if it's something you're going for, then by all means, but it's lacking three things that I really like to include, and that is foreground, props, coffee cup, anything is good for props. It really just helps you get to my third point, telling a story. Telling a story with photos is pretty much what we're trying to do. We're visual storytellers, whether it's videography, photography, or anything along those lines. You really just want to tell a story with all the images. You want to get the viewer to think a little bit. This photo kind of lacks that. I mean, it's an okay shot just for Instagram if you really want to post it, and if you need some self-portraits of you kind of doing things, this is it. Denim does things. This is what I get from that. This one I tried to have the Titanic scene going. No, but it looks like that. It's not something that I'm super happy with. I don't mind the composition. I just think that I could do a little bit better. Now, this was post lake jump, and I was shivering. I was cold, I was wet, my hair is a mess, there's water on my pants. Just not a good photo in my opinion. It's a little overexposed there, but I thought I'd include it just to tell you guys that you're not gonna get a good photo every single shot. You just gotta keep going. So when I went back the second day, I brought to life the things that I really like to incorporate, and one being the foreground. I like using foreground because it takes up a lot of negative space, and it also draws the viewer's attention to where you want them to look. Now, I have myself in the center scene here, and I also threw a radio filter on me to brighten myself up, to just pop a little bit more outside of the surrounding area. So this one, I'm just kind of climbing a tree or doing whatever. I really had no idea what I was doing with that. And the next photo is when I brought out some props. So pen and paper were my props for the day. It was really me just kind of actually brainstorming while I was sitting there taking the photos, but it just helps tell the story. I'm here, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and whether I'm making a fire or, you know, writing in a notebook, it's just really good to have props. Same thing here. This scene was like captivating to me. I really loved like the fact that the logs were all leaned up on this tree that was almost falling over, it looks like, and had this little nook where you could go in and write. Reminded me of like a little kid being in the forest again. So this is on my 35 Sigma 1.4, and it's super crisp. I am kind of upset I left my AirPods in, but I had a great playlist going that was motivating me to keep going, so that is key to me, and I'm still happy with these photos. Again, one of my favorite photos of the day, and it's just the way that light's hitting my face, my necklaces showing, the scene, the log here that painting a little bit of a foreground. It just was really captivating to me, and I love this photo. Now, with self-portraits, it's really just however you want to do it, but this was how I do it. So next one up is another one of my favorites, and it's really just the same thing. Me looking out into the abyss, writing down my thoughts on a piece of paper. I like it the best because it really just shows what I do in the forest, and I really do this stuff too. So now we got the up close ones, which I'm not super comfortable with taking. I'm no model by all means, and I just really try, right? So photos were super fun for me to take because I'm trying something new, and I really just like to get out there and take portraits for myself. Especially being in COVID right now, it's super hard to have your friends hang out with you and take pictures, but it is also fun to push your creativity to the point, especially in times when it's really pressuring on your creativity. So this photo here, another one straight on self-portrait up close. I have my leg out of focus here, which is bringing like a leading line towards the subject being myself. So this is another one, me kind of just thinking, you know, like pretty boy trying to do his thing. I don't know, kind of funny to look at myself in these photos, but I don't mind those photos, and I think that I'm happy with the turnout. Now for these photos, I am using the Shutter app for my Sony a7R. So I am tethered to my cell phone via Wi-Fi, and it's super easy. I'm even using it right here. You can just see that I'm connected to my phone, and I could get a live view. I can change my settings, my aperture, everything, and it's great. So this is a really good app to use if you're a Sony user. I think it's about 20 bucks, but it's worth it. So I just connect it to my phone, and then I can set up a timer, I can set up anything, and I took some of these shots with it. All my self-portraits are actually taken with it, so it's a great app to use, and it's super user-friendly. Today's video, it was more about getting myself out of the house and creating something during COVID, as it is super hard to stay creative during times where you can't really shoot with your friends or have models, etc. makes it super difficult. So self-portrait is definitely something that I've learned to take this year, and it's really all over my Instagram, so make sure to check that out there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you Sunday.